Welcome to a new cam video. You'll see a whole lot of kitchen on Chalet being mighty protected today. If you've never met me, my name is Different Breed, and here you'll find videos from tips, guides to videos that just are made for entertainment. I've been having issues trying to see people before they walk into the building on Chalet, so I figured I would find some spots that would help me do so. Are you ready to peek? So these first cameras that we're going to be throwing out are going to be for the B-bomb. I guess you could say the A window or whatnot, but mainly for the B-bomb right outside the window there. So if we are in the master bedroom, the big double window, we open this up, and then what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna hit this window here because so the just glass doesn't look at. All right, so you don't have to do it anyway. So we're gonna be looking at this mountain range right here, the line that comes up right here, and you can see a little black dot right here. What we're gonna do is aim for that, and then we're gonna send it going, and that's just gonna land on the tree. Now you can basically throw it like anywhere. You don't have to aim for that specific spot. It's not that hard to get it on that tree. As long as it gets on that tree, it's a big thing. And then we can see the fireplace here, and we can see the window here. Now you can even throw it a little bit more left, and I can't move any more left with this cam, but if you throw it a little bit more left or even a little bit more right over here, you can move this cam more to the left, and you can see more of the southeast over there. So I would think about doing something like that. But looking on this cam, we can see the sledge in its entirety over here, and then we're just going to be able to see the trench, like not right at the door, but you know, yeah. But if we look as the sledge at the cam itself, it is not hugely obvious because the sky itself is blending in with it, but it is there, and it will be obvious for people who are getting scanned. So people getting scanned and they're like, oh, there's a cam on me. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? People are, you know, they're most likely to look into that tree and see that. But throwing it on the side here is one of the advantages of having it on the side and using the sky is hiding it. So yeah, but that's everything for that. So let's move on to the next one. And for our second cam, we're going to swing over to the single window still in the master bedroom. If we go ahead and break that down, we lean over. I'm actually just going to destroy this glass so we can see the camera fly out. You don't have to destroy the glass. I'm only destroying the glass so that it doesn't show up on our screen while we're throwing out this camera. So what we're going to do is we're going to aim right here at this triangle by the house up here, pretty much right in the middle. Now, again, you don't have to be too accurate on this one. You just have to throw it at this tree, and it'll roll down and land somewhere, and it'll work. So if we look on this cam, this is going to be mainly for the right in front of the B window here, but we can also see the cliffside spawn, and we can see a little bit of the fireplace, but we can't really see the fireplace door itself. So this is mainly for right in front of this B window. And while we're on this camera, if we're looking for it, it's going to be pretty obvious because it's a dark tree with a nice bright blue camera. So this is going to be one of the ones that you don't really want to scan on at all and hope that they don't see it. And, you know, it's just a secondary or a primary camera to the other tree there if the other one's getting shot out. But you can also see, I almost forgot to mention this, you can also see on top of the bedroom balcony over here. As an attacker, if we look over here, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to spot only because of the white background sometimes, but you know, it's not absolutely difficult to spot because it is still in the trees, and that's pretty much it. But you can see almost every spot on this balcony. Even if you like look right a little bit in between those trees there, you can kind of see that. So this is a pretty good viable cam for that as well. We're going to stay sticking upstairs, and we're going to open up the office window right here, this double window. And we're going to hit the glass. You don't need to again. We're going to throw it right here on this pole. Now, this one's going to be a little bit more tricky than the ones that we just went over, but it shouldn't be too difficult. So if we look at this mountain range here, we can see that there's a little peak right here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to measure the top of the tree, and we're going to line it up with this little peak here. And then if I were to toss it out at the intersection points of that peak and the top of the tree, it's going to land pretty much on that light pole right there. But if we go a little bit higher than that, we're going to throw it right on top of the light itself. I like it a little more on top of the light because it's going to sit and blend more in with the black if I'm not on the camera itself. That's why I like it there. You can even throw it a little bit higher than I threw it right here. So just give you a little scale. But for this cam, we can see the kitchen window. We can't really see the B window all in its entirety, but we can see for the most part over there. And we can see the fireplace door and all the fireplace balcony, and obviously the bedroom and office balconies. Can't really see too much into the trench area, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world on that one. If we're an attacker over by the B window here, then we're going to be completely hidden if we're close to the B window. But if we're even a little bit backed up, which most people are like back here hanging out, trying to get a good angle on the people who are hiding in B, then we're going to be able to see them and able to spot them out. If we're looking for this camera itself, again, it's going to be one of those obvious cams because it is a light color, a bright beam saying, hey, I'm a cam. If you're on it at least, against the dark background. But again, if I am off of it, then the goal of having it on top of that black light pole is that it's going to be more difficult to see because it's going to blend in. The dark camera is going to blend in with the darkness on the trees and also on the pole itself. And just for a little secondary camera to that one right there, we can go ahead and toss out a camera and land it on top of this light pole here, which I believe I just missed. Oh wait, no, I didn't miss. What am I talking about? So we can throw it on top of that light pole there, and then we can see basically almost the same amount of stuff. It's just going to be a lot closer, and it might be a little bit more seen as we can look over here, and it might be a little more noticeable just because it is closer. I would say that that's pretty much the only reason why. I've actually seen a camera out here before, and that's kind of how I started thinking about throwing on these light poles. So just a heads up. And sticking with this B window here, we're actually gonna open it up and we're gonna toss the camera right outside this B window. So again, I'm just gonna hit the glass for visual purposes, and we're gonna line ourselves up by doing that. We're gonna lean to the right, and then we're literally just gonna throw it right here in this grass. So there's not really anywhere specific, just toss it right in the grass. So as you can see, we can literally see this attacker all the way outside this B camera. This B window. We can literally see him all the way over here in the corner. I mean, it's gonna be a little bit harder in the corner, but we can see a lot in this little thing. And as the attacker, if I'm looking for this camera, yeah, it's like really difficult to spot. It's mainly so difficult because this grass hides it so well. It's insane. So this camera might even be one that you can ping on. You can just ping, and they'll be like, where's the camera? I'm looking up, I don't see the camera. Where is it? Yeah, it's in the grass. Yeah, I haven't even seen that before. And like I was saying, there's not really, like, you can toss it like pretty much anywhere out here and it should work pretty decently. So we can see all of this over here, and then as the attacker, if we're looking for the camera, look at that. The camera sees me. Where's the camera? Oh, there it is. Look at that. It sees me like almost completely, and I barely see this camera. This is an absolutely amazing camera, and one that I am definitely going to start to use as my primary camera. This is insane. Oh, and that's the only camera that we could retrieve so far. So we're sticking close to the B bomb over here, and what we're going to do is we're going to protect this west main entrance over here. We can't really see the stairs that much. Yeah, you'll see. So we're going to come over here in the doorway right next to the stairs, and we're going to toss out our camera. If we come up to it, we can see there's a gap in between these plants here. We're going to toss our camera literally right there. And so when you're looking at this, you can't really see it that well. And if I go ahead and get on the camera, we can see the entire west wall, or I guess the B south wall. But this main entrance here, this west main entrance, and we can see even a little bit up at the top of the stairs there. So we could just literally hold this camera right here, and we won't even have to move it for like the whole round, because you can see everything that you can see on this camera. If I come in with the attacker and I'm looking at that camera as the attacker here, then it is a little bit more noticeable than I expect it to be. And then, because it's like really behind that bush, but it's okay. It's not too bad. The further you go back though, the more noticeable it is. So if people are more so up in this direction, they might not see it, especially if they're looking up this direction and then they're coming over here. So I would definitely steer clear of spotting on this camera so that people aren't looking for a camera in this direction. Oh, and also let's check out the stairs here. So if I'm coming up the stairs and I'm looking for this camera as the sledge, you can see it. It is sticking out right there. You know, it's definitely there. However, usually when you're this high up the stairs, you are looking this way because you don't want to be shot. You're about up, you know, this high, and you want to be like looking up this way. So it's definitely viable to be able to see people coming up the stairs. Oh yeah, and you can get this camera. So now we're definitely trying to protect this west main entrance here. If we come up the stairs, up these west main stairs into this hallway, and we open up the door, it's not a door, it's a window, and then we smack out the glass only for purposes of this video. You can leave the glass up until you throw out the camera. It won't affect it at all. We're going to come over here to the side of the window, and what we're going to do is we're going to be aiming to the cam down over here, this area, so we can toss it. I'm going to say we're going to line up with this snow line, the snow line right here, and the shadow over here, right on that little corner where it meets. Don't do that. Don't line it up there. You're going to aim it up a cursor more right here. So you're lined up in the corner here. The bottom of your cursor is lined up with the bottom of this shadow and the snow line. Go it up like a cursor more and then let it go. It's going to land right here at the bottom of the thing, the wood paneling. And you're going to be able to see someone hiding out over here. So if they're opening up the west, they're coming over here. Or if they're coming up the ladder and they're looking in the window that we just threw the camera out. Or if they're going to the bathroom window. Or if they're even back behind those vans and they're thinking about coming up through this west main entrance, you'll be able to see it from over on this camera. If I'm the attacker and I'm sitting in this corner here and I'm looking for a camera because it's spotting me, then yeah, it's going to be an obvious cam. It's definitely the most obvious cam of today, or at least one of the top most obvious cams of today, and that's because it's just sitting out in the open and we're not hiding it from anything. It's literally just on a solid thing, shining its light, saying, I'm a camera, don't see me, so just don't spot on this camera, and everything should be okay. Because, I mean, who throws out cameras west main, right? Speaking of who throws out cameras west main, we do. 100%. Come over to this B site again and open up this window. From that, we are going to lean to the left, and then we're going to take our camera out, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go up right here. You see 1, 2, 3 these big black dots over here. We're going to go to the very top one, pretty much right in the middle of it, and we're going to let it go. It's going to land in the tree, and inside of that tree we can see west main. We can see the balconies. We can see the corner. We can't see the vans now. We can see the blackness in the tree, which doesn't make any, whatever. But we can also see these stairs over here and the garage. So we got a little more versatility. We can see the helicopter pad. So maybe you throw this out for library. I don't know. But we can see all of this. And as the attacker, if I'm looking for a cam because it's spotting me and I can't figure out where it is and I'm looking in the trees, then yeah, it's going to be one of those obvious cameras because it's a dark background with a light camera. So again, just don't scan on these cameras. Also, we can't pick these up, the last two. Are you going to be using any of these cams? If they work out for you, let me know in the comments or sending me a video on Twitter. Do you have any better spots? Let me know in the Discord, link in the description in the Gadget Spots channel. I want to have the best library of spots on all maps, and I can only get there with your help. Let's build this library of spots together. What map would you like to see next? If you want to see more, I have many videos on other cam spots linked on your screen right now. So until next time, stay different.